Here we have Bibi Netanyahu, the Israeli war criminal, being asked how he feels about Mamdani promising to arrest him if he ever visits New York City. Uh, Netanyahu does the typical thing, uh, barely answers the question, and then goes on a spiel about Hamas on October 7th.
You, please. No, you.
Oh, me? So this is a question to the Prime Minister. The likely next mayor of New York City, Zoran Mamdani, a Democratic socialist, and a vocal critic of Israel and of yourself, and has said he would arrest you if you came to New York City if he was mayor. Is that something you take seriously, or are you concerned about that? Do you have a response to that?
No, I'm not concerned about that.
I'll get him out.
Look, there's enough craziness in the world, but I guess it never ends. I mean, you have this is a folly, and it's it's silly in many ways because it's just not serious.
He doesn't think it's serious because he knows if he were to actually get arrested, that Trump and others in the government would step in to intervene because majority of Democrats and Republicans are Zionists and will do whatever Netanyahu wants.
But what is serious is the question I was asked before. You know, after October 7th, people said the Palestinians had a state, Hamas state in Gaza, and look what they did with it. They didn't build.
Nobody has said Palestinians had a state. Nobody says the Hamas government was the Palestinian state. Um, we all know that Netanyahu has been preventing the Palestinians from having a recognized state for decades now, and only recently has the UN somewhat recognized them as a state.
It up. They built down into bunkers, into terror tunnels, after which they massacred our people, raped our women, beheaded our men, invaded our cities and our towns.
It's funny how he won't talk about what was going on before October 7th, where the Israeli government was going into Gaza in the West Bank and committing human rights violations against people, killing people. Settlers were being funded to attack people in the West Bank. Um, IDF soldiers were kidnapping and killing kids in Gaza, but uh, Netanyahu never brings that up because it would ruin the idea that Hamas just attacked out of nowhere when they were attacking military targets. Uh, he also won't bring up the fact that the defense minister, the ex-defense minister of the Israeli government, admitted to using um, a protocol which allows it's called the Hannibal Directive. It allows the military to attack and kill their own people to prevent people from being taken as hostages. So, I mean, if you were to bring those up, it would destroy the narrative that the Israeli government is the victim here. And if you truly want to bring up massacre, look at what the Israeli government has been doing in both Gaza and the West Bank. They're the ones committing an actual massacre.
And our kibbutzim and did horrendous massacres, the kind of which we didn't see since World War II and the Nazis, the Holocaust. So people aren't likely to say, let's just give them another state, it'll be a platform to destroying Israel. We'll work out a peace with our Palestinian neighbors, those who don't want to destroy us, and we'll work out a peace in which our security, the sovereign power of security, always remains in our hands.
Yeah, he wants security to remain only in Israeli hands. He wants total control over Gaza and the West Bank. Oh, here is another fun fact. Netanyahu has been the one helping fund Hamas through Qatar. Uh, and that's because he knows Hamas is against the recognition of an Israeli state, and he can use that as a way to demonize Palestinians by saying, oh, look, the Palestinians voted in Hamas, which that was like 20 years ago. Um, like half of Palestine is our kids. They didn't vote for Hamas, but it's just who is in power at the moment. Um, yeah, it's been the Israeli government giving majority support to Hamas with funds as a way to demonize Palestinians and to use them as an excuse to deny their recognition to a Palestinian state.
Now, people will say it's not a complete state, it's not a state, it's not that. We don't care. You know, we vowed never again. Never again is now.
Yeah, we don't care that this group of people aren't a state or living under an apartheid state. The only real Nazis here are people like Bibi Netanyahu, who think they get to dictate what group of people get to be a state.
It's not going to happen again.
So we'll see you in New York next year?
Oh, well, look, I'm going to come there with the President Trump, and we'll see how do you know who the mayor will be? I don't know that. Do we know that?
He's going to be very fine, and who knows? We don't know who the mayor's going to be yet. But this is a communist. He's not a socialist. He's a communist, and he said some really bad things about Jewish people, and he said some really bad things about a lot of people. And
That's funny coming from the dude who trash talks everybody all the time. And so what if the dude is a communist or a socialist? If he gets elected mayor, that's what the people wanted.
I think he's going through a little bit of a honeymoon right now, but he might make it. But, you know, it all comes through the White House. He needs the money through the White House. He needs a lot. He's going to behave. He'll behave. He better behave. Otherwise, he's going to have big problems. But it's a
He better behave, otherwise he's going to have big problems. What, you going to arrest him if he doesn't